from Hamilton East Stony Creek.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Vice Premier. A couple of months ago, Sears Canada was given the court approval to begin liquidation sales. So far, 59 locations have been closed and more than 1,200 employees have been affected. The saga continues as we learn that Sears Canada is filing a petition to terminate their pension plans. And now Sears just announced on Saturday that they will be closing another 10 stores, including one in Hamilton. New Democrats have called on the Premier to actively work to protect the pensioners here in Ontario from being shut out from what they've earned over a lifetime. The lack of pension protection in this province is unacceptable. Sears pensioners need to know, will the Premier step up? Will she put pressure on the federal government to make changes to the bankruptcy, insolvency and CCAA process so that hard-working current and former employees are given priority to get paid the pensions they're owed?
Deputy Premier.
To the Minister of Energy.
Minister of Energy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sears remains subject to the Pension Benefits Act, Mr. Speaker, and I know the Financial Services Commission of Ontario, FSCO, which administers the PBA, including the Pension Benefits Guaranteed Fund, is continuing to monitor the situation. And filing for bankruptcy, Mr. Speaker, does not affect the assets in the pension plan. Monthly pensions will continue to be paid to the plan beneficiaries. In the event of the wind-up, a claim could be made on the Pensions Benefits Guaranteed Fund, Mr. Speaker. The PBGF is unique to Ontario and the only jurisdiction in Canada to offer such a fund. And right now, pensioners receive $1,000 through the fund. And, Mr. Speaker, we are implementing changes to increase pensioner payments from $1,000 to $1,500, Mr. Speaker. So, we care about the retirement security for the people of Ontario, and that's why we move forward with the changes to the funding framework for the defined benefit pensions plans, Mr.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm surprised the Energy Minister is answering this, but anyways, the Ontario government should have been prepared for the end of Sears pension security. This has been expected for some time. And while today it might be Sears, tomorrow it will be another company, and there's been many in the past. This needs coordinated action from both levels of Liberal governments. Unfortunately, the Pension Benefit Guarantee Fund, which was just mentioned, will only guarantee pension shortfalls coverage up to $1,500. I remember taking part in a system that still leaves many former Sears employees that have not, and others without full benefits, and I remember 10 years ago when Mr. Arthur, appointed by your government, studied the PGF fund and said the recommendation should be $2,500. So it's no big improvement to $1,500. You're still far short of what benefits are for people. When are you going to do something about it?
Thank you. Minister of Energy.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the question and the concern the member has for those of our pensioners and retirees. We've seen it time and time again when these things occur. And if it wasn't for the backstop that the Ontario government, the only province, the only jurisdiction in North America which provides a pension guarantee. And those Sears employees, should they be affected, 90% will be fully covered as a result of our pension guarantee, Mr. Speaker. We recognize that more needs to be done. That's why we've modernized our pension reforms to enable many of those pensioners and those that have existing programs to diversify to other holders, to protect their interests. And we'll continue to do more, and we'll work alongside the member to try to make sure that everyone is protected in this province of Ontario. Thank you.
The question, the member from Barrie.